All right. Oh, it's the damn beam of light from. So yeah, just a heads up. Got my account back. Uh, Password lockout issues. So got that back, and depending on the weather, if it warms up or not, I'll be going out to the car. I don't think there's some. I don't think there's anything wrong with one of the lobes on the cam. I just think it's not all the way back up on there where it needs to be. Uh,
Why would your brother say he treated you and your mother put you in the hospital?
So, yeah, that's about it. You know, stay in here for a couple minutes, and then I'll get going. What's going on?
The expert that you fix me. If I get out, I'll just do it again. Like your mom? Yeah. Tell me what's going to happen when Brett gets her off. He's not like me. Normal. Scary. Mother's used to taking out her frustrations on somebody.
Oh, 18 people in here. Hey now. How's it going, folks? Discuss anything in here? Cars, engines, uh, body work, stuff like that. See if I got at least a couple of days left before it gets too cold. And then, no, this morning it was really, when we had our first frost or whatever it was out here. So it's going to be cold. But I think I got to take the fuel pump off and then put the cam rod back up in there, all the way. I don't think we put it in all the way. I think that's what the problem was. That's why it wasn't priming any gas. I hate like hell to let a car go because of something like that, something that's fixable.
That's the crazy difference. Murder too. I didn't pay him the way that he is. He's always something wrong, and I never got good mix. Blows to the head. No, they are. You don't know what he put me through. Look at me like that. I am not what they say.
All right, who else we get in here? How you doing? Can't see your name's too small. So yeah, once again, I had account issues, so I got locked out of my account due to passwords, and just got that back this morning. So, and then I'm gonna probably work on my car for a little bit if it warms up outside a little bit. Uh, so we'll talk about it here is cars, body work, interior work, of a car or truck, engine work, stuff like that. Eh, sick bastard. I said hi back. I just can't see your name because the print's too small. Jesus.
Shannon Foyle, 16, Brooklyn. 6th Park Slope. On the back that says WTP. Look like a lot when you $70 in the wall and a credit card. This couldn't be our rapist. Break the dog down. Your victim died of a massive cerebral hemorrhage caused by blunt force trauma. Based on body temp, I'd say between 10 and 11 last night. She definitely got says some trace of sperm sign. Right? No genital trauma, but says getting your hip actually no lesion.
All right, folks, give me a couple minutes. I think my coffee is ready. I'll be right back. Okay, where the hell are they? There, this one. Oh, have some coffee in the morning. I don't have this every day, so I don't like a surprise. Okay, let's see. What's up, Miss J? How you doing? Right here. I'm here. Look, I got tweaked eyes, laser eyes. Yeah, I'm here. I had to go get coffee. I've had, I bought espresso, and I bought so much of it that uh, you can have it as coffee or espresso, doesn't matter. Not bad. Sure is. You got that right. Any day you're above ground is a gift. So now we got was an ex chef that used to work in the kitchen. Now he's going around the country eating foods from other restaurants, and now we got somebody from WWE that's doing the same thing. I want to know what makes these guys not be, you know, 500 pounds. And Duncan, you want to know why? Because Starbucks, they don't do nothing there. They sit there looking stupid and get paid for it. That's not a job. I know because I've been there. I'd rather make my own coffee. I actually have my own espresso machine anyway, so
If my daughter could have you sick, she would have told me. When's the last time
you
you?
got people in Dunkin' Donuts actually do more work than people in Starbucks. It's like they want to get paid, but they don't want to do anything. Good morning.
It's clean, there's no visits to chat rooms, no suspicious emails.
So, welcome to my live. Talk about cars, engines, trucks, interior repair. metal fabrication, uh, just about anything, you know. And the coffee actually came out really good. Redneck Donut, huh? Well, it's that one heck of a name, Lynn. I'll tell you that. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. Great. All right. That's my special espresso machine right there. So I can get whatever kind of coffee I want. A little tiny ice dispenser, freezer, and refrigerator. I got a lot of stuff in here. No different than when I lived in the house. Ah. Yeah, I have that kind of stuff because I like my coffee sometimes in different ways. Like I make a pot coffee if you know I'm gonna have more than one, and then I have the little pod ones and the K cup ones and all that other jazz. So I actually have my mother's perk pot, which is over the hill, and then I have a regular coffee maker, and then I have the espresso machine, and I have Keurig. So yeah, pretty much got it covered. So what are you guys working on? Anything in general? Any kind of cars or trucks, interior work, engine work, body work? What you guys doing? Mm, coffee came out real good. No bitterness or anything, and I'm surprised actually. One of the pouches from the espresso, ruptured or whatever, so it didn't have the vacuum seal anymore. So I poured it in the coffee grind one, and then just mixed it up by shaking it, and came out pretty damn good. One heck of a name, Redneck Donut. Well, I have my other account is actually slow on repairs. So, because I take my time, and a lot of people don't like that. They think I'm supposed to be on some clock or something, running to their qualifications. Not so much. Yep. We got 12 people in here. All right. But yeah, anything you want to talk about, as long as it has got to do with cars and trucks, I'm fine with that. Ah,
Get out. Get dressed.
You're crazy if you think I killed Shannon. Well, what was Shannon too? You working your way to the 11th grade there?
I don't know what the hell it was those what's that? No, no. Huh.
Didn't force me to give you. The law says you can't. I'm not pressing charges. But right now, it's looking pretty good.
Uh-huh.
Parents are on vacation. I spent the night at Steve's place. You go near Shannon. No.
Good morning. What's going on, Capitan?
Steve had a meeting. So we hung out at his apartment. We went in the bedroom for like an hour together.
Well, it's not windy out. The sun is out, but I don't know how much warmer it's going to get today.
It's not. There's no Milo here.
The name of everyone that we have a connection. You don't understand.
Really? I like the Javelin and I like the, what is the AFX? Is it AFX? I think that's what the other one. They look kind of similar. But they're both made by American Motors. I know that. Oh, it's AMX. Okay. Yeah, they pretty much looked alike, the body styles and everything else. So, and they're both made by American Motors. So, that's about all I can get into with that car. The only other thing I think I could do was the Gremlin. That was it. The Hornet, nah, not really my thing. They had that car that looked like I want to say a '66 Charger, with a bubble glass in the back, but it wasn't the same thing. It's a little bit different. Yeah, the Marlin. Yeah, that's about the only. I think that was one of the cars that Derek messed with. It was a race car, but it was all cut out on everything inside. It was tubbed and everything else. But he couldn't get anywhere with it because it kept breaking down. Because I had the engine for a racetrack, not for regular streets. No. Now Derek had one. There's a couple of videos on here where they've actually pulled one or two of them out of the junkyard and redid them, or somebody else did it and they bought it from them. But you're right. You are right. They don't make very many. They don't talk about much of them anymore. Remember one time there was like three people that were talking about the Gremlin, and one of them was actually what the hell's his name? Junkyard Dig. he had one. Then I think his buddy had one, and I think whole barn had one as well. They all had gremlins, you know. And there was a lot to heard of that for a while. You know what I don't see? Now you'll usually assume it's you'll see the 77 or the 78 or anything below, you know, 75 and back. You'll never see a full-fledged real 1976 Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. My mother had one. Canary yellow was really nice car. Shame she didn't know how to drive it. Yeah. See, I like the Trans Am that has like the smoky and the bandit look, and the 76, which actually had the round headlights. I don't care for the headlights that are like inside the body trim or whatever, the front end. It just doesn't look right. It's like they did good with the rest of the car, but they just like got lazy in the front and just decided no imagination left for this car. So we'll just leave it like blah. Oh yeah. Yeah, but then they use a Magnum on based on Dodge too. Yeah, the Charger was a wagon, and the Charger was See, I had a Charger. I had a 2010 Charger. Was a Hemi, but the problem was it couldn't get out of its own way. It didn't drive for crap in the snow. So rear wheel drive. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. You got a light body construction. You could put an axle on the back and only have them spin in the back. It's not the 70s. You can't do that anymore. Yeah. Yeah, but isn't that considered the same as a Hellcat 6.1? That's what they were calling them in the beginning, anyway, as far as what I remember. Oh, let's say something in here real quick. I'll make sure that I don't get called stupid. The the opinions expressed by the person in this channel is not necessarily of uh, statehood. So in other words, I may not be stating the facts. I may be just coming up and conjuring something up. So if you don't believe it, then that's on you. If you do believe it, then that's on you too. Okay, now we got that out of the way. Want to make sure nobody sits there and calls me stupid. Because I have to stand up to a certain way towards people in here. See that this kind of garbage down here, we ignore that. We don't pay attention to that. So somebody's got a very limited mind. Shouldn't come in here saying stuff like that, man. People don't like that, you know. We're in here talking about cars and trucks and engines and interiors and exterior, body work on a car, stuff like that. Not that kind of stuff. So, what are you doing? I can't even see what your name is. Hussein. I don't even know how to pronounce that. You got like one word together. Looks like three words. But welcome to the live anyway. What we're doing here is we're talking about cars, trucks, engine repair. You notice my channel is actually slow on repair. And the reason being is because people seem to think that I'm actually running on their schedule time. No, I'm not. There are people out there that actually have taken 10 years to restore a car. There is no time limit on a person working on their own car. They do what they want and take how long they want.
Very down to earth guy. I mean,
Yeah, Shannon.
get all babies.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I like the new cars. I have something rare anyway. I mean, it's not a muscle car or anything, but do you remember the Jeep Patriot? Captain, do you remember the Jeep Patriot? I think mine's a 16, so it's a little bit newer. Well, just to let you know, in them, they were very rare to find with a stick shift. Mine happens to have a 5-speed stick, and it has 4-wheel drive. So that is a little rare.
Back, we go out again.
It's kind of like a little SUV. It's kind of like a Jeep, but um, not exactly the same. About the same size though. It's a 4-door. It's an enclosed, kind of like a smaller than a soccer mom van. But yeah, it's definitely a 5-speed stick, and I'm surprised because normally they're all automatics. I had one truck. I bought my cars from the same dealership, and the last thing I had before that Jeep was actually a Ram 1500, but it had valve guide issues, so I brought it back to have that fixed. Hold on. And then when I got it back, the mechanics actually decided to have a hissy fit, and they broke the what do you call those tabs? The tabs for the throttle body. The plastic little clips. They broke them, and I couldn't get the damn thing to start. And it had to be. This freaking light is annoying the hell out of me. I don't need a lazy beacon going across my damn camera. Uh, oh yeah, the with the throttle body tabs, they broke them off because they're plastic, and I took film footage of them. I'm like, I knew they did this. They did this deliberately. So And I had to train it in the truck. I'm like, I should be suing the shit out of your asses for sitting there pulling that garbage. And sit there breaking people's cars instead of fixing the thing. Oh yeah, I seen them do that. Shave the door handles and just like make a regular uh, door without anything. Or do you want to like fill it in? Because some people like to just like fill in the door, make it a two door. Because you know what? If you remember back in the day when Charger came out, they never made a four door Charger. Never, not once. Why in the hell did they? And they never came in with a two door for it. When they came back out with them, they were all four doors. Like what the hell? You know? I think that Charger that they made in 2010 would have been a lot nicer in a two door formation than it would have been in a four door. You know? Just things that they didn't hit on that they should have. Well, if you guys are new in here, I hope you like and subscribe. You know, uh, I mean, it's just kind of weird how they never did that. I thought that was actually very odd. I know it's the whole family thing nowadays, but you still got some people out there that want a hot rod. They don't want a grandma grocery getter. Now, see, that's the only thing I had was a 2010 Dodge Charger Hemi RT. But the way they had it badged, it didn't look it because there were no things on the fenders. Those on the I think on the back trunk lid. They didn't have it on the front grill, so it must have been like a cop car setup or something because the car was black when I had it. I'm not sure. I don't think I ever tried it that way. I mean, I think they were going through the process with the fob that goes in the ignition, or you could push the button. But I don't think I ever tried it with the button. I think I just did the fob with the in the ignition. I mean, when it wasn't snowing out, or there wasn't any, accumulation on the ground, the car was great. But as soon as it snowed out, man, it sucked. Nowadays, I've kind of learned my lesson up here in this area because we get such freaky snowstorms. You have to have a truck that's got four-wheel drive. It doesn't matter how light the vehicle is, as long as it can, make tracks. So that's what I stick with. Damn thing's only got 40,000 miles on it.
So who got Shannon pregnant? At first I thought it was a sibling that we didn't know about, or the family lied about it, uncles and cousins. We just couldn't find any. Then there's one other option. The fetus has a double brain. How's that? DNA confirms Shannon and the guy who impregnated her had the same father. Jason Connor and Barry Coyle are the same person. But she
I see what you're saying, yeah. What's up, Capri? How you doing?
Trips in town. She's projects. Susan never wanted us to meet our age abroad, don't exist.
You're sure Caitlin didn't know?
I'm not sure.
We have.
Yeah, I think they do. Like they make a lot of fob buttons or whatever for those cars. You know.
But we have to find out who killed you.
Car or truck talk in here only. There. I can't even see your name.
My boss.
Capri.
Well, yeah, it's all-
No obscene stuff. Okay. Thanks. You got a car you're working on or a truck you're working on, whether it's engine, interior work, or body work, or paint work,
Shot.
let me know. That's fine.
That's what I'm about to say is never easy to understand.
Yeah, okay, guns and gears. And it again, huh?
So she.
It's a joker that comes in here and does that stuff.
Sis. DNA test.
What time is it over there, Captain?
Can you know this?
Did you hear me say guns and gears? I knew it was you first thing you said when you said that.
Jesus.
I'm doing all right. I had to fight to get this account back because I guess YouTube or something actually, locked me out. I don't know what the hell it was, so I had to change the password and everything else in order to get it back. $7:37 a.m. Wow, it's early where you're at. It's 10:38 here. What I want to know is why are you coming here with a different name, Guns and Gears? What's with this Capri stuff? What are you trying to hide from? You know I'm going to know it's you as soon as you say anything of that nature about pizza and that other stuff because that's one thing that'll laugh my ass off about. Nobody's blocked. If you were blocked, you wouldn't be able to come in here and say anything. Derp. Redneck Donut. Who are you? If you say I have you blocked, who are you? And are you as bad as Guns and Gears, or are you worse? Worse. You have nothing but blatant disrespect for me, or you just don't like me. Period. R&D, I already told you. You went on another page and you sat there and talked crap about me. I don't care who you like. You can go hang out on anybody's channel, anybody's live. Don't talk shit about me because then you lose my respect. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what you've done. You talk shit about me on another person's live. And I saw it because I was there. You never know where I'm going to be, but I definitely know when I was see it. That's why I didn't add you on Facebook. That's why I didn't add you back on this because you want to do that. Be blatantly disrespectful to me. You know, you don't like me, don't follow my channel. It's as simple as that. For what? So you can go and talk more shit about me in Mako's Live, along with your cousin there. You know, no, I don't want to deal with it anymore, man. I'm done with that shit. That's why I don't bother with them. I don't talk to them or nothing. No, no, you're wrong. Definitely wrong there, Guns and Gears. There's no way in hell. See, Guns and Gears, all he is he's a goof. He acts silly. He doesn't mean any, any harm or anything like that. He's just goofing off. There's nothing wrong with that. I could tell that. It's when people sit there calling me a scumbag and petty and all this shit, other shit. I don't want nothing to do with it, man. I'm not that. I know I'm not that. People that I know I'm not like that. Know that I don't do that. And that's all there is to it. Doesn't matter what anybody else says. No, the problem is you got nasty about me. You talked shit about me in Mako's Love. And I saw it. I didn't have to say anything. I could sit there in a live and not even have them added to my favorites or anything. I don't have to be subscribed to them or nothing. I could just go there and see what people are saying. That's what I do. That's how I found out who's friends and who's foe, you know? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I wouldn't say that kind of stuff to my worst enemy. You know, if we have an acquaintance like we're being like friendly towards each other, being civil, that's where it stays. Don't bypass that because you want to, be liked by somebody else. Yeah, until what? The next time? Come on, man. No, I don't think so, man. You got to realize something. I'm not a kid. I'm over 55 years old. Okay, I don't have much time left, and I don't want to be sitting there, losing it online because somebody don't know how to act appropriate towards me. But yet they expect me to act that way towards them. It's not right, you know. I just don't. I don't get that shit. And you may have been following me for a long time, like you said. That's fine, all well and good. But like I said, the minute you step across that line and you start talking shit about me, you know, I just rather you be, you know, staying in live that you're in, and talk all the shit you want. I'm not adding people back to my list like that. I just don't do it. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to lose it either. Not going to lose it over you, over you, doing this stuff. It's not worth it. Just know that the one thing that I said I would not do. I don't care who you hang out with, what live you hang out with. You don't talk about somebody else if you're friends with them, okay? You keep that to yourself. But the other thing is, like, if you're gonna do that, you got to expect repercussions because they're not going to put up with it. And when you see it more than once, multiple times, that's when you know, hey, what? Maybe I need to second guess this whole damn thing. I don't care, but I'm gonna see you anyway, even if you're in another chat log, because I'm gonna remember the name. I got a mind like a steel trap. I don't forget things that quick. I don't care. Do what you want. Like Capri. I knew he was Guns and Gears before he even said it. I'm the one that said it to him. I don't need Viagra, Guns and Gears. Anyway, you can get that offline. You can get it for $7. As much as I see that damn commercial, I'm like, really? No, I don't. No, I don't. As a matter of fact, I have a lady friend already. We hung out together yesterday. We're sitting there watching Law in Order, and then we're having something to eat and just talking, hanging out. That's all. No, not with six comp. What are you talking about? No, nothing more happened. No, nothing more happened. It's quite possible for people to have a platonic relationship with one another just for the what the hell they call that companionship. So you sit there and hang out with each other and talk with each other, go out places and stuff like that. Because there's people out here that are alone all the time. They don't want to sit at home and do nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. I got money. She's got money. You know, we pay our own way.
Said,
Say you never saw it.
yes, saying himself.
Do you know where he kept
No, I do not. Nor do I want to. I don't like those.
All right, guns and gears. That's enough of that. Don't do that no more. That's a little bit too far past the line. You want me to make fun of your boyfriend, Guns and Gears?
He tried to be as much of a father as he could.
See, you wouldn't have expected to hear that out of my mouth, huh? Want me to make fun of your boyfriend there, Guns and Gears?
this day?
Yeah. Okay.
Did you take it from an shot?
Objection.
Miss. It was really.
See, every time these things come up like that, I won't know what the hell you're saying because. Oh, I thought your boyfriend's name was what's the other guy's name? John. John Wilburn. That's it. No, I'm looking. Like, wasn't that you emptying his shit tanks into your wasn't even a GTO. I think it was like a XL.
You know what happened?
No, I never saw it.
Guns pop. Okay.
Worry about. So Susan's lived alive. It's 20 years. Can't see.
I can imagine when what's his name, Guns and Gears was a kid. I could see him in a classroom sitting and mocking and making fun of the teacher while she's saying to him, "Get out and go to the principal's office."
What do you see? She didn't kill my dad.
Every Monday and Tuesday, EBA on NBC and Peacock. It's Peacock NBA Monday.
Oh my God, you just don't care, do you? Wow, something else, man. Look, this is guns and gears when somebody's talking to him. That's a that's how he responds back.
It covers four hearing aids because all Canada Medicare Advantage plans have dental, vision, and hearing coverage. Or go to the provider you choose with access.
Hey, what do you think of that Brian Cabral being gone? How about that crap, huh? Think you had something to hide? He hasn't been back either. Like, I'm not surprised. I called him the unknown comic. Did you ever see him with the bag over his head? I don't. And I made sure he saw what I thought of him right at the last video. How's it feel to have the shoe on the other foot when somebody's smearing your name all over the internet instead of theirs? You know? And your reputation. Like that? Or he's actually not comedy gold. He's what we call old fart knocker. That's it. And what the hell was with that? You see him shave his beard? He put a cut right in the middle here, kind of like trying to make it look like he's got two horns. You know he wasn't mentally competent that day. And they say his fingernails were all like black all the time because he never cleaned himself or washed his hands. Yeah, I do too. But the thing is, you don't want that stuff from people that actually know you. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna mess around with them and stuff like that, and they go to another person's live and talk shit about you, that's not good. You know, because you make it a case of okay, I can't trust you. You know what I'm saying? There's certain things a lot of people do that can cause them not to want to talk to them anymore. You know, like if I went there and said something about somebody else that was totally opposite what they were, and I kept dredging it out and dredging out and dredging out, people would start believing it. You know what I mean? Yeah, but I mean, it's not appropriate, dude. You know, it's not something I do. You don't see me talking smack about you, do you? Do I make my lives based on what derogatory and negative bullshit I can say about you? No. So I got better things to do, man. My brain doesn't operate that way. You know what I'm saying? And I know that Guns and Gears has always been a goofball because that's just the way he's ever been since I've known him. But R&D, I mean, you just come out of the woodwork, and then and it's just like you start saying things in other people's lives. Then I'm told that you have a cousin in there, that girl or whatever her name is, and she's sitting there making fun of me in the live. Just like enough is enough.
He said, dismissed him. Did you meet with yourself? When I found out Shannon was dead.
Well, whatever. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Relative. Look, first of all, I don't care. I don't care if you're. I don't care what weight you are, what race you are. I don't care about your ethnic roots. I don't care about where were raised and where you weren't raised and what schools you went to and all that other kind of crap. What matters is a person's personality. And even though you can't tell much from that from people texting, when they get on somebody's live and they go live with that person, you could tell a lot about them just from the way they talk with somebody else.
And we saw the photo of Susan and realized it was Susan. And I found the plane ticket to Cuba. And I canceled it. I didn't where his gun was. Bought it. And I went to
Ugh.
maybe the parking garage. Hold on, maybe. What happened to Shannon?
Yeah, it's okay, but like I'm saying, if I don't talk smack about you, and I show you as at least a sense of what the hell, I can't even think of what the word is now. Show you the respect that you deserve, then you should show me the respect that I deserve. You know, if you're making fun of me, that's one thing. But if you're sitting and blatantly agreeing with people on things that they've said that have been like negative or derogatory, and not real, but will smear somebody's name anyway. That's the kind of shit that I don't want to deal with. I don't want to deal with those kind of people either. You know. You can't like anybody on here. There's only a couple people that I actually talk to off of here.
Arrest. Murdering your father. Wait. Court. She lied when she said she never saw it.
That's fine, but the thing lies, like I said, if you're a friend, you don't do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Talk about other like people like me on somebody else's line. If you are foe, then you will talk shit about somebody else on somebody else's live that you're supposed to be friends with. And it's the same thing like if you have a friend in real life and they do shit like that or talk shit behind your back. You're not going to want to be bothered with them either because you can't trust them. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I wouldn't do that to somebody else. If I don't like them, I'll tell them that why they're in my life or something. That's the place where it needs to be, not somebody else's. You don't need to spread their information all over the damn internet because you got a problem with them or something. That's why with you and Guns and Gears, I know Guns and Gears is he's a goof. He can't mean nothing by it, and he knows I don't believe anything he says as far as that stuff goes because he's just been being silly. There's nothing wrong with being silly. He's not there trying to hurt somebody, you know what I'm saying? Emotionally, otherwise. But somebody sitting there agreeing with people that, are calling me certain things online which are unsavory, first of all. Second of all, would never ever think about anything like that. It just like is really disgusting, you know. And for somebody else to agree with them on that same wavelength, thinking that a person is like that when you know full well they're not. You know, that's people don't need it. Yes, you did. You did in Mako's lab. I actually took screenshots of it. It's very easy to take a screenshot. I can take one right now. I can take one anytime I want. There you go, right there. There you go. Just took a screenshot. Record this video to my phone. I can actually go and turn up the hotspot, put it on my TV, which is 75-inch flat screen, and record it from there. I can do anybody else's videos that way too if I wanted to. It's not hard. All you can do is put the tripod down, point it at the camera, at the TV, point the camera at the TV, press record, select what on YouTube you want to see, and then go to it and play it. Play it from the TV, record it to the phone. You already know what you said, RND. I already told you that. I'm not going to hash this again. You stay the way you are. With that, you're fine. Don't worry about it. So now I'll know you're going to go to either Redneck Donut or you're going to be RND when you go into somebody else's live. Once see how much shit you talk about me then. That'll be the true test. Cutting a burger with a pizza cutter that looks like it was made with a CD. So, in any event, it's 11 o'clock. I got to get off of here. I want to see what it's like outside. If it's warmed up any, or if it's freezing cold. If it's freezing cold, I probably won't be doing anything. If it's warmed up, I'll probably be going out. So just stay away, you guys. I know who Guns and Gears is. That's Capri. I know you are RND, Redneck Donut. Redneck Donut. We're gonna get ready to get off of here because I gotta see if I can do some work on our car today. So, not sold yet, so maybe I can get it running. It's like this, but by the time I get there and started working, and I was like, yeah, you know. You guys have a good day too. I'll talk to you later. Bye now.